At this time, we're actually going to have a testimony from Matt Chung, but it's not going to be a testimony of how he came to saving faith per se, but just the work of God in his life and in his heart. And so I want to welcome Matt Chung.
Man, it's always scary up here. So I guess, it's just kind of a little testimony of what God's been doing in my life lately and a little bit of what I've been learning. Kind of came up in like members' interview, or not interview, sorry, the meetups, as I'm sure a lot of you have been going through. Just kind of talking about how things have gone and how things are, just how I've been getting through things. And I think a lot of reflection happened to come up during just thinking about how COVID has been and how church at home has been. And I think just sharing about, I think really thinking about it, first of all, I think when COVID started, it's scary, but I think one thing that I noticed too is that church got easier. It just got easier. I didn't have to wake up extra early. I didn't even have to get dressed. I'm not gonna lie, after a few weeks, I didn't even have to brush my teeth until after or during, or I'd eat during. And it was easy, and I loved it. It's like when you first work from home, you love it. It's great. Things are just easy. And I think after a little while, I realized too that things were too easy. I think I realized it got harder and harder to focus. It got harder and harder to reflect. There became times when I just didn't take notes anymore. There were times when I just listened to the sermon from bed and I kind of just had it on my phone. But I think that, I think something that I've learned is that, there's no struggle, right? When there's no need to do all these things and to love the people of the church and to even have conversation anymore. I could be around during the hangout after the Zoom call and not even talk. I was there, but I didn't even have to talk to people because only one conversation can happen at a time. But I think, I've had the chance to learn that there's something about the inconveniences. There's something about the hardships. And I think, I think in even church and in things as simple as reading the Bible every day or meditating on the Word every day, there's, I think there's something about overcoming all of these things. I think there's something about fighting through my laziness, my desire to sleep in, my desire to avoid difficult people or to not talk to people where things are awkward. There's something about doing that and really depending on God for it that shows my priorities. I think, it's like those little choices that become, habits, and habits that kind of show who we are as Christians, that we rely on God. And I think especially in light of coming back to church and coming back to meet in person and to practice the one another's, there's something truly valuable in that. There's something truly valuable, I think, in seeing I guess in a way, like seeing myself overcome like traffic, overcome sleeping in, overcome like my like fear of conflict and even COVID and what it might mean by like seeing people. It's shown me, I think, that that I value like the church above these things. It's shown me that I value reading and being with God in prayer above like napping and hitting like the snooze for like literally the fifth time. And I think these are the things that I hang on to. They're like little things, but it's things that I hang on to. They're the reminders that I do love Christ, that I do love the Word, and I do love the church and each of you. It's hard, but those are the things I think back upon that I've not perfectly, never perfectly, and sometimes with the wrong heart, but that I truly value Christ and the church above the inconveniences. And I think it's not just a reminder to me that like I've overcome these things, but like I think truly it's my reminder that God has been steadfast, that God has been the one to hold me fast, to grow me faithfully through the years. And I think you never see it when you're in it. It's not until later when you build slowly, when you like hang on and you cling to these things, that God shows you that He has truly been faithful. And I think with that being said too, I think it can be awkward to say, but I think looking back too, I think I've made enough choices too to know that I can truly say that I love you guys. Like I love the church. And COVID has like made it so hard to see all of you, to encourage anybody, to even like listen to hardships or things that people are going through. But at the same time too, I think just seeing all of you here on Sunday and Easter Sunday, I admire that you're here, because it shows me too that you guys have done the same, that you guys have overcome the desire to sleep in today, the desire to phone it in, whatever it may be, all these things. And I know like even parents, like they've overcome like the countless obstacles that happen in trying to get a family to church. And I admire that so much and I respect it so much. So I think thank all of you as well. Just thank you so much for being part of the family. And I just admire all of you so much that you love Christ as well. So, thank you.